Hi, Gary.
How are you?
I'm so good. I'm freaking out like a lot. I put my books over here. I always try to get on and I never get on. So I'm really excited.
I'm so happy to be here with you, Katie. How are things?
They're great. I wanted to tell you thank you first. I started a podcast with a friend, a realtor. We're both agents in Louisiana 5 years ago because of you and your podcast and your content and your advice. And now I sell real estate almost more as a fun thing to do because I loved it so much. But the podcast has taken off so much that is my full-time job. So that was because of you.
Hold on. This really excites me because this is literally very much I can't wait for you to read the new book because it's going to help grow your podcast. But there's so many people watching right now that are in this place. And I'm just so happy that you're literally a real life example that they can all see that it's not just me being hey, you can do it. It's real life stuff. You literally started doing the podcast as a driver for your real estate business, right? And to do something else.
Yeah. And it's different because when I was listening to you, I'm like, oh, I'll start it and try to get clients, right?
Correct. You start, like I said, you started, exactly. You started
the My friend was like, well, I want to do one too, but I really want to give back to the industry. And I'm like, all right, so our podcast is just for agents.
But by the way, you know this, all my content's for people too, but then it leads to things. If you see a video where I say something smart for free and I want it good for you, you might reach out to the Sasha group and become a Vayner client. Or you might hear me, I'm always trying to plug my dad. You might sign up for Wine Text. You can do good. And by the way, as long as you do things without expectation, I don't do all this stuff
Right.
I go into this thinking, I don't know, I'm not naive and delusional, but I can tell you that the guys and gals around me would tell you this right now. I've been telling them, we're not gonna sell that many, right? I was like, we're not gonna sell that many books. I don't really, not that I don't care, I know we will sell some, I know I write good books, I know, but this is a high value day for the audience, and if it does or it doesn't is kind of irrelevant, and when you have that intent, then it does lead to the good thing, which is why you got to the place.
Yeah, absolutely. Our podcast ranks in the top 100 for entrepreneurs consistently for 5 years. And we only talk to our niche, which is other agents. And it's very how-to, and then we'll talk mindset. And every week on every Monday, it has come out for 5 years because of that advice that you gave us. And it's just the consistency that builds it, really.
100%. Amazing. So happy for you. What question do you have?
Real estate is in a really weird place right now. Residential real estate, I'm sure you're keeping up with it a little bit, especially with your sister, all of the lawsuits and the settlement and things that are happening that are going to shake up the industry.
Right. Am I right in saying that there's a real big one where the commission and the sharing and all that, it might be a real to do, right?
Yeah, so the DOJ is very interested in decoupling agents. So right now, it would just change the whole system of the way agents are paid. And the majority of agents are actually average 60-year-old females, but the DOJ is looking at it we're these big businesses. We're entrepreneurs, that are serving our clients as best we can. So I guess my question to you is, what advice can we give to these small real estate entrepreneurs who are running their business just for their people that are going to be in the middle of an industry shakeup or potential change in the way the system is run?
By being prepared to adjust to it. So if the commission's cut in half because now they're gonna be sharing one number and split it in half, that you're gonna have to run a different business model. That happens all the time. Let me give you an example. So there was more people working at the Yellow Pages than people could imagine when search engines came out. Do you know how many people are in graphic design and work in Adobe all day, including many people that work for me that are in big trouble if that's the only thing that they can provide because AI creative is coming and that's real life stuff. What I would tell agents is, listen, if you get half the commissions, then you have to get twice as much business to go get back. The thing that people love business when it's working for them. People love entrepreneurship when it's working for them. They don't love it when it's not working for them. My advice would be get on your ass and start building your brand more on social media so you have more deal flow and more leverage. Because if you're the person bringing the deal flow, you know what's about to happen. If you're the one bringing the money, you have the leverage to take a bigger piece of the money.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I have one more quick one as a podcaster because I sent in 2 questions and I don't know which one got me pulled over here.
You're
All right.
right.
As a podcaster, we have hired a full-time marketing person This is our first year with her. She is amazing, straight out of college, ready to learn, wants to implement any kind of practice on every single platform, trying things. What, other than reading Day Trading Attention, what should I tell her to, where should she start as learning? What is the thing that she needs to like hone in on to learn and grow those skills?
I really do think Day Trading Attention is gonna help her. I'll tell you why. And I say that very specifically for a reason. The answer is free content on the internet. Just because I have Day Trading Attention doesn't mean I'm not gonna put out content every day.